hacking qualifying for the World Championship, training tips for the swim, the bike, the run, which I will do. I can't believe this worked out. Morning, Trainiacs. Today is take 2 of Taren tries to get home from Ironman Austin 70.3. On that note, today, considering that I managed to sneak in a spot to Half-Ironman Worlds next year, and there's still a lot of buzz from Kona. It's Kona. It's gonna go on for a while. I dig it. Let's talk about how to qualify for a World Championship today. All right? Let's clean up this room. All right, let's do this. Let's get to why you're all here. So for starters, there isn't a big trick to qualifying for the Ironman or the Half-Ironman World Championships. You have to place high enough in your age group that you get within sniffing distance of, you don't have to win, but you gotta be somewhere close to the top. How World Championship spots work is, let's say there's 2,000 spots, and there are 75 events that you can qualify for them in. And those events are listed on Ironman.com, and as you look through all the events, they'll tell you whether or not it is a World Championship qualifier. Then, depending on how large the race is, a certain amount of those 2,000 spots are allocated to each age group. And it's not as simple as, well, 30 to 34 always has 3 spots, and 35 to 39 always has 2. It's like this magical formula, like the Coke recipe that nobody knows about, that basically just showing up on the day. For example, at Austin 70.3, we knew there were 30 spots, but we didn't know how those spots were going to be allocated amongst all the different age categories. They calculate it after the race is over, and then what happens is everyone goes and races their race, and after the race they have the awards ceremony. Right after the awards ceremony, they start allocating spots, and it's not done online, it's done in person. So you go to this awards ceremony. If you feel like you are close enough to the top of the age group that you can get a spot, you go and show up. Now here's where it gets really interesting, and here's how I ended up qualifying. In our age category, 35 to 39, there were 3 spots. I was 5th. What happens is, because it's live, the announcer is calling out the first person, and if they don't take it right then and there on the spot, it goes down to the next person. So, the first person was called out on Sunday. Nobody said yes, so all of a sudden, numbers 2, 3, and 4 were eligible. Call out the second person. Nobody showed up. So all of a sudden, bam, I'm in, because there were still 3 spots. Now here's where you get into a little bit of like hacking qualifying for the World Championships. What you can do is try to go to a race that has a lot of spots and not a lot of athletes in your age group, and you look at previous results to do that. Granted, because so many more people are racing Ironman events, that hacking has kind of gone away. However, some of the things that you can look for that is a legitimate hack for getting to a World Championship is looking back in the years and seeing how many people accepted the spots, and you can do this on a website that I'll link below. I can't remember exactly what it is right now, but if you are in a race where a lot of people don't accept the spots, that means that it rolls down further into the age category. And a guy that I was talking to at the roll down allocation meeting, he said that one race he was at, it rolled down to person number 19 in the age group. This happens when you go and race in, say, like third world countries, and there are more races popping up there because they just don't have the money to go and spend on the World Championships. Or like this year, World Championships is in a really expensive place, South Africa, so there's going to be a lot of people that are turning down their spots. So now would be a good year to actually go and race, because it's likely that the spots will roll down more. That's step one. understanding the process, okay? Hey, so do you all remember that time, like just a few hours ago, where I said I was gonna be flying back home to Winnipeg? Well, it didn't happen. Plane ended up not arriving at all. Was supposed to maybe show up an hour and 15 minutes late, at which point I was then gonna miss my connection back to Winnipeg when I got to Chicago. So that's still Denver. I haven't budged. All right, back to qualifying for World Championships. Now, before I start giving you training tips for the swim, the bike, the run, which I will do, you got to get your body ready to accept the training. So that means, in my case, the biggest thing that got me in a mode of being able to accept training and really improve my times, because like, you're not gonna fluke your way into a world championship if you're doing just a dead slow time, unless you're in like a really high age category. If you're like 60 to 80 plus, yeah, you can get in because there's just not that many people racing at that age category. But for the vast majority of us, we gotta be kind of fast. Biggest thing that helped me was when I lost a bunch of weight. Originally I was 215 pounds. I got things down to around 175, but I was still really clunky out when I was training and racing. And then it was when I got down to about 157, 155 at my racing weight, that was when I started getting faster. So you can try things like the keto diet, the Atkins diet, more vegan meals like me. You can try going gluten-free. You can speak to a nutritionist. I'm not a big proponent of like, this way is the only right way. I know that there's a lot of science for all ways, and I think that there's a lot of science indicating that different diets work for different people. Now, if you think that you have additional weight that you can lose, before you start busting your brains out, worrying about getting fast and training harder, focus on getting your diet and your health and your body composition down. And that, without you changing anything in your training, will make you faster right away. I think I'm getting home this afternoon. Hoping that we actually take off. I want to go back. Holy crap, Trainiacs, I never thought this day would come. This is like 31 hours after originally leaving Austin. I'm home. Okay. Enough being a drama queen. So let's say you know which races you want, you know how the Ironman World Championship process works, you're healthy, you got your body fit, then it comes down to just the training. And you gotta build the mechanics to set you up on a path to get faster. So number one, we're gonna do this really quickly because this entire channel is about getting faster, but we'll give you the basis of how you need to start off so that you can get faster and you got nothing holding you back. Number one, the swim program that I've got is triathlontaren.com/swim drill program. And these will all be linked below. This will help you get a foundation where a swim stroke isn't gonna be what's holding you back. You're comfortable in the water, and then you just have to put in the work to get faster. On the bike, you wanna get whatever bike you're gonna get, but get it fit properly for you so that you're not gonna be trying to overcome limitations within your body, and you're not gonna be injuring yourself by putting in lots of miles. Then, just time in the saddle. And I will link a video about bike fits below. And then the last thing, I would recommend a chi running video that I did a while ago, which again will be linked below, which is all about landing lighter, having like good momentum moving forward. And then once you get all those three things figured out, you just got to put in work and put in work and put in work. And I'm not saying you're going to go from, all right, I'm starting triathlon today, to I have qualified for the World Championships next month. It's taken me 8 years, 9 years, but at least you know that you're on a path to get there. Hopefully, if your body lets you. Now let's see if my baggage gets here. Any bets? That's one. can't believe this worked out. Alright, Trainiacs, even though it's minus a zillion out there, I'm happy to be home. I'm very happy that this bag came back. I love this bag. I know I got it for free, but biking, you know what you're doing with bike bags. Alright, putting you away. Quality time with NTK. Haven't seen her in ages. Alright, bye.